Hey everybody, I'm Kim Wilkin, your realtor and broker associate here in Austin, Texas. Today I'm sitting with a friend and colleague and mentor, Julie Floyd. She is at eXp and she used to be one of the brokers at eXp. Currently she is a mentor. So if you're a new agent and considering coming to eXp, then you might have Julie Floyd as one of your mentors. So we're going to talk a little bit about the mentor program here at eXp. So Julie, can you tell me what is the mentor program? Physically what it is?
Sure. So the mentor program is designed for anyone that's a new agent or perhaps an agent that's had their license for a while that has not done a minimum of 3 transactions in the last calendar year.
Okay, so if you're brand new or haven't done transactions, 3 of them. You said 3 in the past 12 months?
Correct.
Then you have to, are you required to be in the mentor program or is it an option?
You are required unless you happen to be going on a team as like a buyer's assistant or a listing assistant, something like that.
Okay, so if I'm coming in as an individual without doing the transactions, I have to go in the mentor program.
That is
correct. If I
correct.
decide to go to a team, so if you wanted to join my team, you wouldn't have to be on the mentor program. I would be the mentor for the new person.
That is correct.
Okay, so we're not talking about teams yet. Let's talk about this mentor program. So you haven't had 3 transactions in the past year. Then what is required by eXp for the mentee, which is the new person coming to the brokerage?
Correct. So what they want to make sure that you have is a good foothold not only on eXp and all of the systems that eXp has, but also that you know how to be an agent, for the lack of a better word, right? You have all the book knowledge, but you have not had the opportunity to practice it yet. So you don't know how to put your forms together, your contracts together, things like that. So that's part of the mentor program is walking them through and just kind of observing them and helping them with their first 3 transactions. But then there's also an educational piece that eXp has created through their Fast Start series and their Go system. I guess I should say Go program, I think is what it's called, right, with eXp. Just so that they get familiar with all of the different tools that are available to them, right? Because while you need a listing presentation, for example, right, my listing presentation may not be exactly like your listing presentation or like one that an agent feels comfortable with. So we have things like Workplace, right, where they can go out and they can collaborate with other agents with inside eXp and learn from everyone. So it's I would call the mentor program a connector program, a mentor program, truly, right, and then honestly, it's like a logistical program to make sure that they have all the pieces to be successful when they're working with clients.
Okay, so it's for the first 3 transactions. Correct. And then are you giving them leads as a mentor?
No, that is not part of the mentor program. That is because, again, leads are going to come from lots of different sources, right? Lots of different types of businesses. And so that is one thing as a mentor that I do talk with the agents about is, you know, who are you? Who do you want to be in real estate? Very difficult in the beginning because they may not know, right? But I do want them thinking about that because, for example, you know me, I happen to be a farm and ranch girl. I feel much more comfortable in my big old pickup truck and boots than I would in a downtown high-rise condo.
Right.
And so while I can sell that, I typically don't because that's just not who I feel like I am within my own skin. So I'll refer that out to a friend or a colleague that does and vice versa, right? They'll refer farm and ranch things out to me. Yeah. So it's kind of taking them through those steps to think about who they are and who they want to be as a real estate agent.
So for the first 3 transactions that they are in the mentor program, it's a 80-20 split until you cap at $16,000. So what is the difference in the mentor program? There's an additional expense for the mentee, correct?
Correct. There is a 20% that comes off the top for the mentor program. 10% goes to eXp Realty for the mentor program. 10% goes to the actual mentor.
Okay.
And then they do have their 80-20 split following that. So the best way to kind of calculate it roughly is like a 60-40 split for the first 3.
For the first 3 transactions. And then after that, if you've been through 3 transactions and it's a new agent and they're still not comfortable, going out on their own and don't have all of the systems in place, can they continue on in the mentor program?
So they're actually technically graduated out of the mentor program.
Okay.
However, some mentors will still kind of be there as a guide, right? Or someone that they consult with for a small fee, right? And that's up to the actual mentor and the mentee if they want to continue that type of relationship.
All right. So after 3 transactions, is there a window of time that this is going to happen? Is it like a 6-month window? You got to do 3 transactions, a 12-month window?
No time frame.
No time frame. What about some agents do buy, sell, and also some agents, as they begin in the business, they actually do leases. So how do leasing transactions work, whether they're working for the tenant or the landlord or doing apartment leasing? How does that work with the mentor program?
Leases will count as well. The only thing that does not count is if it's a personal transaction.
Okay, that's good. And at eXp, we get 3 personal transactions a year, right?
Correct.
3? If I remember correctly.
Yes.
Which would be great to buy 3 houses in 1 year. That'd be amazing. That's what the company stock is for. Stockpiling company stock so we can buy new rental properties. So the mentor program doesn't give leads. It's there to help the new agents with a contract.
Correct.
It's there to help them make sure that they fill in the blanks correctly. Like, we're in the state of Texas and we have promulgated forms. So with your mentees, do you, like, if they're about to write an offer, do you check with them and they reach out to you and say, hey, I've got this offer I'm submitting. Julie, can you help me look and review it and make sure I've crossed all my T's and dotted all my I's?
Correct. And so part of that, right, is because in Texas, right, we're required to do CMAs and things like that. So we kind of take it all the way back. And I'll sit down with them and say, okay, let's look at the property. Let's look at what you pulled for a CMA. It's technically not part of the mentor program, right, to coach them on how to do a CMA. But obviously, if we're going to be writing an offer, that information needs to be done correctly. So we'll look through that, and then we'll take that information and we'll make sure that it's translated on the contract. We will make sure that the agent has had the conversations, right? Because there's a lot of blanks on the contract, but we as agents can't choose what goes in that. So that is a conversation, right, with the client. And so that's part of what we do is, hey, did you ask the client about this? Did you ask the client about that? What does the client want? And sometimes, right, depending on the situation, if the mentee feels better about it, the mentor can actually sit down and do that contract with the client, right, and the mentee. The client doesn't have to know. I'm just part of their team, right? And so that's part of what we do as well is we walk through some of those difficult conversations, especially if it comes to financing or different terms like that. But yes, but we do sit there and we check over everything and make sure everything is correct. We'll do it sometimes together, sometimes they'll do it in advance and then we'll check. But before they actually send it out for any signatures, the mentor is required to look over what they're doing.
Okay. So it's the first 3 transactions you're required to look over. What about if as a mentor, are you handing out ideas like, I want to learn how to do an open house. I think I'd be really good at that. How do I lead gen? I like to go to social events. Are you helping with any of that type of thing? Or is it really just with the physical paperwork and making sure that legally they're following the rules?
Right. And so per the mentor program, it is more the actual, physical paperwork and things like that. But every mentor kind of approaches it right from their own personal perspective. And so I know what it's like to start out as a brand new agent and have no one to go to for help or support. And so everything I did was through mistakes, clawing, scratching my way to success. And so I want to help them, have a leg up. And so we do talk about that, right? We talk about, do you like to do open houses? Are you a people person, right? We all have heard of all the different personality profiles, the discs and things like that. Who are you? What do you like to do? I'm a people person. I have no problem going out and talking. But some people would never want to do that, right? And so if they need to do an open house, right, as part of our business, maybe there's a different way for them to do it that fits them and their personality better, that's still going to make them successful. I don't have them do a profile, but we do talk through things like that so that I kind of get an idea of who they are and what things they're comfortable doing, and we build around that.
Okay. But you're, as a mentor, you're not actually responsible for helping them create their own lead generation.
Correct.
It's up to them and learning inside a workplace watching the the videos, getting involved, doing. There's 50 hours, more than 50 hours a week of training. So it's really, you want to be a self-starter at eXp, because you're not going into an office where they just say, okay, you've got to sit here from 8 to 12 for the next 4 weeks.
And what I remind all the mentees is, first and foremost, you're a business owner. This is your business. You just happen to be in the business of real estate, where you need a broker to supervise your activities. And so that's why I want them to think about that too, why they have to be a self-starter. This is your own business, right? So it can be as big as you want, or as small as you want, as specialized as you want, but you have to be involved in that process, right? The mentee absolutely has to take the reins on that part and be a self-starter from that perspective, because they are a business owner.
And be responsible for your own actions, and take responsibility, and take what is given to you. There is eXp University, where you can learn all types of things. There's classes on our CRM, which is KV Core, and at eXp, which is amazing. I think that KV Core, if you buy it on your own, is $500 or $600 a month, and it's free for us as one of the perks being at eXp. But it's a whole new system to learn. So you've got to be the one going into the system and also doing the education and learning how to use it. Your sponsor will help you with different things, like if you need help with things as well. But the mentor program is not there to give you leads. It's not there to tell you how to do your business, not there to teach you how to use KV Core.
Right.
But a lot of the mentors I do know will help you with your systems, remind you to actually go to your board and take the classes, take the MLS class, remind you to take the orientation class, will help you with some of those steps, because we're all human and we're all in this together. So that's one of the things that I love about eXp, is we're all in this together. We're all owners of eXp, and so we're all here to help and collaborate with each other. Julie, is there anything else that somebody watching here on YouTube should know about the mentor program, so they're just prepared, so they're advised and informed about what it is and what it isn't actually?
Right. I would say, more than anything, be an advocate for yourself and be involved, right? It's something that I tell my mentees, look, I have a program that I can put you through from A to Z, or 1 to 100, but that may not be where you're at right now. And so you need to be a voice for yourself and an advocate for yourself, whether no matter who your mentor is, and say, look, okay, today I need to know this. And that's what we often do with the agents is, all right, what is your have to know this information today, want to and wish to know? And we kind of chart that out. But they could be going on about their merry day, and a client can fall out of the sky, right? And they're like, oh, suddenly,
and that's great.
And that's
when
fantastic.
A client falls out of the sky.
But then they're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do this, right? Yeah. And so with the mentor, make sure that you're utilizing workplace chat, their cell phone, text message, whatever, to communicate. But if you're holding that all until your previously scheduled meeting, you're going to get frustrated. You're going to feel like your mentor is not helping you, so you absolutely have to speak up.
Yeah, you have to speak up, and you do have to book time with your mentor.
Absolutely.
And this is with any brokerage, anywhere. You do have to take responsibility for your own business. So reach out, get connected. That's extremely important. When I joined eXp, the first thing I did was I went to all of the conferences, sat in as many classes, as many trainings. I went to the World, which is our metaverse, where I can talk to, I'm in the state of Texas, or we're in the state of Texas. I can go talk to my brokers. I can go talk to relocation. All of these things, and I have been doing this business for a long time, and I took responsibility when I moved over to eXp, just like any new agent should as well. So
yes,
it's fun. You should be here. You should be here. We have so much fun. We have a ball, and I tell you what, eXp is the answer for us as agents. And also, if you guys are interested in learning more about eXp, you can go to the link below. It is a Calendly invite, and you can get on my calendar. I've also put Julie's information there as well if you want to ask her any questions about eXp. So, Julie, I appreciate your time so much for being here. That's super helpful to explain a little bit more about what the benefits and the reality is of the mentor program at eXp. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, continue to watch the other videos on eXp, and reach out to us. I promise you, eXp is the answer. It is the answer. No more old-fashioned brokerage models. So anyway, have a great day, everybody. See y'all in the next video. Take care. Bye.